Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
And an honor to serve with you.
I want to say thank you to Representative Froelich and, from Arapahoe County, that's right. And all those who stood up here in support of this bill and everyone behind the scenes who helped make this policy possible. And I also want to say thank you for having respectful debate. Really appreciate that. I do care about real people, and that's why we're here running this bill. Real youth who are being denied their health care, adults that are being denied their health care. That's what we're here for. Because the dozens of states that are passing bills and having people live in fear, and we're giving them an opportunity to find refuge here in Colorado. I'm still troubled about a lot of the distrust in the science and the distrust in the individuals that we seem to see. There's a lot of science, there's a lot of data, there's a lot of organizations that support this care. I grew up without any role models. Anybody who looked like me was on a daytime talk show or in a movie being the joke. It took me a long time to become myself. But I had a lot of fear. I had a lot of fear of losing job opportunities, friends, family, just being treated poorly. Just look at the tweets that I've been tagged in recently. Don't do it before you eat lunch. I've had a lot of hardship. I've had a lot of struggle. You know, I've wondered before I got here, did I not get that job because I was trans or for my resume? Still don't know. That happens to a lot of people. But my story is from a different time when society was much harsher on people like me. But today, this generation is really accepting of people of who they are. This younger generation, I have a lot of little kids in my life with my friends and my sister-in-law, and they have trans kids in their schools, and it's just like, no big deal. It's not a big deal. But the last few years, you know, we've seen a major shift. And it paints trans folks in a negative and dangerous light. And there's an extreme effort to take away health care from trans people across the country. This bill puts into statute the same things that the governor's executive order does. That's why everything's the same in this bill. It's why we're doing gender-affirming care and abortion care. We're doing this because those states are forcing us to do this. Because we can't let them do outside of our state and force our people to go to jail because they're providing legally protected health care. There's kids that are different and they want to be themselves. And they suffer depression as a result of that. Gender-affirming care is life-saving health care. Trans kids are beloved by their friends and their family. Let's make sure we keep them that way. As I've explained before, gender-affirming care, especially the appropriate age care that I've talked about and I've read all about, is reversible. But what's not reversible is completing suicide. So if we want to roll the dice and deny care that many, many, many doctors have said is good care, and maybe let them complete suicide instead of giving them that care. I'm not willing to do that. That's not what we're here. Other states are forcing people to bear children that they don't want to do, putting their lives at risk. They're denying gender-affirming care, and many would say that that denial of care is morally repugnant. Because it is. We're denying people care. I would like to read a passage from this book. This is a book called Starry Messenger by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Maybe you've heard of him, except for my friend from Larimer County. He hasn't, but that's okay. This is a chapter on gender and identity. The book is Cosmic Perspectives on Civilization, and it's really relevant to this conversation. Many people who defend our cherished freedoms as citizens of the U.S. will argue against mandated masks, helmet laws, gun laws, seatbelts, and anything else that constricts a person from living the life the way they want. Odd that many of the same people will maintain or seek laws to restrict another's personal free expression of their gender identity. Yet somewhere I read that life, liberty, and the foundation were the foundation to America, a seminal experience begun in 1776 in how to be a country. Somewhere I read that the pursuit of happiness is something worth fighting for. Somewhere I read that the United States was the land of the free. None of this can be true unless the players in this experiment embrace rational thinking by rising above themselves and looking back to see the hypocrisies that infect their thoughts and decisions. Imagine how free the world would be if we all took the Hippocratic oath, which is, I shall never claim to have moral standards or beliefs to which my own behavior does not conform. Please vote yes on Senate Bill 188.